to today's video. Since a few days ago I shared with you some of my favourite drugstore picks, I thought today I would do a full drugstore makeup look. It's pretty much full. I kind of forgot that I was doing this, and when I washed my brushes for this video, I accidentally washed some that were like Estee Lauder and clearly not drugstore. But as you know, I love the Real Technique brushes, and so you can just swap out all these brushes for Real Techniques. Elf have some fabulous brushes, all that good stuff. So it's kind of all drugstore, almost. I'm really sorry the brushes aren't, but I completely forgot. But let's get started, and I hope you like it. I hope I'm filming it okay and you can see me. I'm going to start off with the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I use this in N4. It's got SPF 15. I believe it's 15. Mine only says 1 at the moment because the other number got rubbed off, but I'm sure it's not 1. And I'm actually going to use just a normal foundation brush and just get that all in. It looks a little bit dark for my skin, but that's because I kind of fake tan my body a little bit more than I fake tan my face, and obviously I wash my face so much more. My skin is so dry at the moment that it's not even so dry, it's quite dehydrated, so nothing's really sitting amazingly on my skin, but I think that looks pretty good anyway. And I really love this foundation. It's probably one of my favourite ever foundations, let alone drugstore. It's just excellent. And then I actually couldn't find my Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer, which is what I really wanted to use. So instead I'm going to use a Bourjois Healthy Mix. I've got this in number 52, and it is a lovely concealer, but it's just a little bit heavier coverage than the Wake Me Up, and it's also a bit like thicker, and I just like the other ones a little bit more light reflecting. I'm just going to apply that under my eye and just everywhere I kind of just need a little bit of concealing. The one thing that I didn't actually feature in my drugstore makeup picks were eyeshadows, and I just kind of prefer high-end eyeshadows a little bit more. I don't think high-end eyeshadows are that expensive really for what you get. You can get a palette for about £38 for 12 eyeshadows. That's really not very expensive, but I've got a few here to kind of pick from. I've either got the Barry M Natural Glow Palette 2, which looks like this. I've then got the Sleek Makeup Palette, which then, I'm dropping everything basically, which looks like this. There's a few shades in here that are really pretty, but I don't really love the blushes. I think this blushes are not that lovely, not that nice. And then I've also got the Bourjois Quads, or yeah, it's a quad, in Smoky Stories in Light Touch. Really like this. I've used this before. I think I may have used this in a video, which is why I'm tempted to use something else. And I think I'm actually going to go for the Barry M Natural Glows Shadow and Primer Palette number 2. I've never tried them, so I'm not sure what the quality is going to be like, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to take this shadow first. I don't think the pigmentation is like incredible, but it's actually not that bad. And I think if you're kind of a beginner, it's quite nice to have ones that aren't too pigmented. Or if you're a bit messy like I am. Actually, I really love this colour. Glad I went for this. This is an Elf brush as well, by the way, guys. So this one is £1.50. I've had a few of these brushes. I've still got them. I've never binned one. And I just think they're excellent. Really like this. Really surprised. I think I'm going to take this colour now and just kind of smoke that out a little bit. It's the only matte one in here, but I would have quite liked one that wasn't quite as pink. Just to kind of define the crease as well. So I'm just going to bring it in a little bit closer so you can see this. And I actually really like the colour of this eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Soft Kohl Kajal Eyeliner Pencil. I don't have a drugstore liquid that I like, so I'm just going to kind of roughly put this on top. I like pencil because I don't feel you've got to be quite as precise, and it just kind of looks a bit smoky almost. I'm going to then use the Max Factor Masterpiece Transform Mascara. Sadly, I've got this in a brown black, but I actually really do like this mascara. I used to love drugstore mascara, and I still think it's amazing, but I just don't have as much as I should. Well, I don't use as much as I should, but in my opinion, Max Factor do the best inexpensive mascaras. Ooh, poked myself in the eye. Story of my life. It's the only reason I don't like these little rubber brushes, because I always get myself in the eye with them. actually think I'm going to come back to my eyes because my eyes are just gone crazy. In the meantime, I'm just going to do my brows. And what I'm going to use is my extremely battered MUA brow palette. It looks like this inside. It's so battered you don't want to see it. But I'm just going to take a bit of both brown shades, a little tiny bit of the wax, and I just mix it where the brushes used to be, and then I'm just going to brush that through my brows basically. I'm just a little bit sparse at the beginning, so I'm just going to brush it into there. There are some fabulous brow products in the drugstore. For example, the Soap and Glory one, I think it's called Brow Archery. It's a pen. It's fabulous, but I get through mine a bit too quickly and I always break it, and I don't think the Soap and Glory makeup packaging is that successful, so I don't tend to buy too much. But I'm quite happy with my brows like this. That's the end of that. I really want to do my eyeliner, but I'm going to have to come back to that. I'm just going to move on to my powder. I'm going to use the Bourjois Healthy Mix. Once again, there's a good few excellent drugstore powders on the market. I'm just going to kind of powder a little tiny bit. I like to powder my cheeks a fair bit just because I'm going to contour there and I don't want the contour to look at all muddy, and I think it really helps it not do that. I'm then going to break into my brand new Sleek Contour Kit. I've got the one in light. I love these. I've probably had about 4 or 5 of them, possibly more. Been using them for years as well. The contour is probably one of my favourites at the drugstore. So I've just contoured my cheeks a little bit and my forehead. It's kind of added a bit of warmth as well as a bit of a contour. And I actually probably would take a little bit of this powder through my crease as well. I just really like it. Okay, I'm going to try and do my mascara now, because I can see like little white specks on my lashes and it looks like I've got no lashes. So that's the mascara. As I mentioned, it is brown black, so you know, bear that in mind. I'm going to take a tiny bit of the highlight that's in the contour kit under the brow bone and in the inner corner. I don't think it's like the best highlight, and it's definitely not like overly finely milled. Although actually this one doesn't seem too bad. It's got the particles of the glitter are a little bit thicker than they probably should be. But it's just a nice way to kind of open up your eye area and also just define your brows. Just going to hit the cheeks with a little tiny bit of colour in the form of a Bourjois blusher in Rose d'Or. Loved this colour for absolutely ever. Been using this colour and loving it for years, ever since I can remember, really. I really don't want to go overboard with blush. I've got a tendency to, but I'm just trying to avoid it a bit. On my lips, I'm going to take everyone's favourite, which is the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Lip Colour Lip Liner in East End Snob, I believe. Yeah, East End Snob. And I'm just going to line my lips. Everyone claims this is exactly the same as Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury, which is obviously a lot more expensive. I actually don't really like my lips overdrawn, so I'm not going to do that, but if you do, then go for that with this liner. Simply because I never know when to stop, I'm just going to add a slight highlight from the contour palette to my cheek. And because I like a highlight. And then I'm just going to add a tiny bit of this Rimmel lipstick in 03 to the middle of my lips. And just kind of blend that all in. And that's the end of my drugstore makeup look. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of the products that I used today, what you particularly like the look of, and don't forget to thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I'm thinking of doing kind of like a new in face, so everything that I put on my face will be something that I got fairly recently, and it'll kind of be my first impressions as well. But let me know if you like that idea in the comments, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.